Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, let me welcome you to Cabaret 2007. Starting our program tonight is Bob Clark and his guitar playing and singing North to Alaska and the green, green grass of home. Bob.
Well, good evening to everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed their dinner tonight. All right. As John mentioned, this first song is North to Alaska. How many of you have heard that song before? It's the theme song from the movie with the same title, as starring John Wayne. And Johnny Horton sang the words. Here we go. Big Sam left Seattle in the year of 92 with George Pratt, his partner, and brother Billy too. They crossed the Yukon River and found the Bonanza Gold below that old white mountain just a little southeast of Nome. Sam crossed the majestic mountains to the valleys far below. He talked to his team of huskies as they marched on through the snow, with the northern lights running wild in the land of the midnight sun. Sam McCord was a mighty man in the year of 1901, where the river is winding and big nuggets they're finding. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. George turned to Sam with his gold in his hand. He said, Sam, you were looking at a lonely, lonely man. I'd trade all the gold that's buried in this here land for one small band of gold placed on my sweet little Jenny's hand. 'Cause a man needs a woman to love him all the time. Remember, Sam, a true love is so hard to find. I'd build for my Jenny a honeymoon home below that old white mountain just a little southeast of Nome, where the river is winding, big nuggets they're finding. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. Way up north, way up north, way up north. We're going to slow it down just a little bit for the second selection tonight. This is a song that was made famous by, well, many people have sang it, but most recently Merle Haggard and Tom Jones. It's The Green, Green Grass of Home. The old hometown looks the same as I step down from the train. There to meet me is my mama and papa. Down the lane I look, and there comes Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherry. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to see me, arms reaching out, smiling sweetly. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Well, the old house is still standing, though the paint is cracked and dried, and there's that old oak tree that I used to play on. Hand in hand I walk with my sweet Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. Good to touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to arms reaching out, smiling sweetly. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Then I awake and look around me at these four gray walls that surround me. And I realize, yeah, I've just been dreaming. For there's a guard and a sad old padre, arm in arm, we'll walk at the daybreak when again I'll touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to see me in the shade of that old oak tree when they lay beneath the green, green grass of home.
And now it's a great pleasure to introduce you to a new member of Cabaret. We first found this young lady at our open mic night this past year. She did an outstanding job, and we wanted to invite her back. Her name is Miss Sierra Askernies. A beautiful voice. Now join me in welcoming Sierra as she sings No Time, My Time Has Come.
It's too far, it's too fast, it's too quick, it won't last. It's not right, but it's not wrong. There's no time, move along. But I've come much too far, and I know what's in my heart, and I know what I feel. I can tell when it is real. My time has come. It's okay, be afraid. It's all right. You just take that fear, turn it in to your strength. It's called life, and that's why we're here. But I've come much too far, and I know what's in my heart, and I know what I feel. And this time I know it's real. My time has come. And like the road below me, I know I'll touch the sky above. A million footprints around me tell me it can be done. My time has come. I've come much too far, and I know what's in my heart, and I know what I feel. And this time I know it's real. My time has come. It's so close. It's been a long time come. It's here and now, and I know it'll last. It's so right that it can't be wrong. Now's the time for me to be strong. But I've come much too far, and I know what's in my heart, and I know what I feel. And this time I know it's real. My time has come.
We have her own American Idol and cool. Thank you so much, Sierra. Thank you. Thank you. I know you've all been waiting for this. A man and wife were sitting at a table during his high school reunion. They looked at the table next to them, and there was a woman, really intoxicated. She was just, had her face in her plate, and was just really bad shape. The wife looked at the husband and said, "Do you know her?" And he said, "Yeah, she's my ex-girlfriend. And you know, I understand from the day we broke up, she started drinking, and she's been drinking every day." And the wife looked at him and said, "Oh my God, how can a person celebrate for so long?" You know, chickens are the only animals you eat before they're born and after they're dead. For all you people involved in local politics, committee, a body that keeps minutes and wastes hours. A young man came running into the store saying, "Bubba, Bubba, Bubba, somebody stole your pickup." And Bubba said, "Well, did you find out, did you see who did it?" And he said, "No, but I got the license number." Now, how come we just choose two people to run for president and over 50 for Miss America? God, I'm on a roll. All right, our next act is ready, and I should say that this is a change of pace. Through the efforts of ABC Studios, we have been able to bring to you the live broadcast of the David Frost Show. David, you're on.
Good evening, good evening. So good to see you. Welcome to a special edition of the David Frost Show. Tonight we have a wonderful guest, a young lady whose mother spared no expense and sent her to a very special school where they taught her that money isn't everything, that it's happiness that counts. So then she sent her to a different school. And since that time, she has become a worldwide phenomenon. So would you help me, please, welcome Miss Geraldine Jones. Allow me to welcome you. What? Don't.
don't be kissing on me, honey. Don't be kissing. You watch what you kiss. You don't know a thing about me, honey. You don't know me from Adam.
Somebody gave you $1. All right. Well, Geraldine, welcome to our Hollywood studios, and we'd like you to just relax and make yourself comfortable.
Well, all right, honey. Are we, is this live?
Oh, you have no idea. This is really live.
Right.
Would you care for a glass of wine or maybe a cigar or
Oh,
something?
no, honey. I don't drink, and I don't smoke, and I don't do windows.
Oh.
No, sir.
Well, listen, we are live tonight, and we anticipate that there are some 2.5 million people watching you right now.
Which camera am I on?
That one right over there with the little red light on.
Hello, killer. That's my boyfriend. What you see is what you get, honey.
Promises, promises. But I do love that fragrance that you're wearing. Is that Evening in Paris?
No, I don't think so, honey, but you're kind of cute.
Oh, boy.
It may not be an evening in Paris for you, but, you know, you never know.
You never know.
You devil, you. You're too cute. Oh, yeah, okay.
Why don't you tell me something about your childhood?
Well, I was born on 125th Street, honey, and we didn't have no TV and no video games, you know, nothing like that. Hello, girlfriend. And our idea of fun, honey, was hiding behind the couch.
Listen,
Yeah?
you mentioned Mr. Killer earlier. Do you have a relationship together with Mr. Killer?
As a matter of fact, we're going together.
Really?
Yeah. He bought me a ring, but, you know, I had problems keeping up on the payments.
A special relationship indeed. Tell me this, does he like your cooking?
Oh, yeah, he raves about my cooking to everybody, honey. You know, just the other day, I was whipping up dinner, you know, and I made him some coffee, and I accidentally spilled some roach powder in the coffee. And Killer said it was the best damn cup of coffee he ever had. So, you know, things are going well.
Well, tell me, how do you feel about conditions for women today in general?
Oh, you know, things have changed a whole lot, honey. You know, I'm besides your news and, you know, your program and all the news, honey, I check out everything, get all the information in, check it all out. And I come to the conclusion, well, first of all, Geraldine, you can't tell Geraldine what to do.
Oh, really?
Geraldine speaks for herself, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
And as far as I'm concerned, honey, in my opinion, the price of living is going up and the chance of living is going down.
So, with all of this news that you gather and... Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With all of this news that you gather and this information, would you say that you've become a very creative person?
Well, yeah, well, look who put this outfit together, honey. Paris Hilton. What should she do? Eat her heart out. That's right. Eat your heart out, Paris.
So would you say that you are quite a couturier?
Watch your mouth, honey. You don't know a thing about me. A COTA who? You don't even know
I
me.
apologize for that, Miss
You
Jones.
don't know a thing about me.
Well, we usually end our interviews by asking our guests to give us a definition of something significant, like, for instance, love. Do you think that you're qualified to speak of love?
Honey, I paid my dues.
Yeah. Why don't you give us your definition of love?
Love. Love.
What is it you have in there, anyway?
Love is a
Just curious.
little bit of an enhancement, honey. Just a little.
Tell us
You
about
know,
love.
They start heading south, you gotta go north. Love, honey, love is when you feel a feeling you never felt before. That's coming on, you know.
That's incredibly moving, Geraldine. Thank you so much. I want to thank you for being a lovely and interesting guest tonight. And so, good night.
Good night? What you mean, good night? Ain't you gonna let me sing?
Sing?
Yeah, you let all your guests sing.
Well, we really hadn't planned on you singing tonight.
Well, you better change your plans, honey. You talk about Geraldine.
I didn't have this much trouble with Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, I didn't have this much trouble with Jay Leno or David Letterman.
Oh, touche. I didn't even know you could sing.
Hello, killer. What you see, honey, is what you get.
Didn't they have a name for you on 125th Street in regards to your singing?
What are you talking about, honey?
Well, somebody told me they called you the Wayne Newton of 125th Street. Would that be true?
That's right, honey. The Wayne Newton of 125th Street. That's right. That's me, honey. I got rhythms I ain't never used. Got several of them in store, you know.
Well, I've got a terrific idea then. Why don't you sing a song for us right now?
Well, if you insist.
Oh, I do. I do.
Well,
Let's
all
give her a
right.
hand, folks. Give her a hand.
Hit it, maestro. Will you hold my purse in it?
Sure.
Never mind. Maestro, I'm talking to you, honey.
All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips. I wanna lose them. Take my arms. I'll never use them. Goodbye. Left me with eyes that cry. Now I cannot go on without you.
You took the pie.
That once was my heart. So why not take all of me?
That's it, I think. They ended the song, honey.
Thank you, Geraldine. Thank you, folks.
Are you ready for this? The owner of a golf course in Texas was confused about paying an invoice he received. So he decided to ask for his secretary from assistance. So he called her into the office and he said, let's see, you graduated from the University of Texas. I have a question I want to ask you. He said, if I were to give you $20,000, left 14%, how much would you take off? And she said, honey, everything but my earrings. Ready? All right, our next act is another newcomer to our stage. Many of you know her, but how many of you know how well she can sing? Cynthia Landivar, the other half of Bill Landivar. Cynthia going to sing Viva.
Snap your fingers. Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning and fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, the moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name. You know I'm gonna treat you right. Now give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning and fever all through the night. Romeo loved Juliet, and Juliet, she felt the same. And when he put his arms around her, he said, Julie, baby, you're my flame. Now give us fever when we kiss it, fever with my flaming youth. Fever, I'm on fire. Fever, yeah, I burn for Steve. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had this very mad affair. And when her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, don't you dare. He gives me fever with his kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus, so Daddy, won't you treat me right? Now you listen to my story, and here's the point that I have made. They're going to give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade. They give you fever when you kiss them, fever when you live and learn. Fever till you scissor, hey, what a lovely way to burn. Oh, what a lovely way. I said, what a lovely way to burn. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. My sister has a life-saving tool that she carries in her car at the suggestion of the rest of the family. It's a car to break the windows. However, she keeps it in the trunk. A woman will dress up to go shopping, water the plants, empty the garbage, answer the phone, read a book, and get the mail. A man will dress up for weddings and funerals. The next one's political, about Mr. Bush, but I'm going to skip it because I don't have one about Hillary. So, a guy living in Alt bought his wife a new refrigerator. So he was stuck with the old one and didn't know what he had to do, what he could do with it. Realizing that he would be in violation of the CC&Rs, he still moved the refrigerator to his front yard and put a sign on it that said, "Free to a good home." The refrigerator sat there for about 3 days. Nothing happened. No one even stopped to look at it. So he decided he had to change tactics. So he put a sign on it that says, "For sale, $50. The next morning it was gone. All right. I think our show is ready, our next act. Now, our next performer was found also through our open mic show. His name is Mr. Gordon Starr. He'll be playing his guitar, and he will announce his own songs. Gordon, you're on.
Good evening. First song I'd like to play is a song, really one of my favorites, probably for 40 years since it came out, by the Beatles, called Let It Be. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hours of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may seem parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, whispering words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine on till tomorrow, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Shine on till tomorrow, let it be. Yeah, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. You know, earlier this evening, somebody came up to me and he said, "Man, that is really an ugly shirt you've got on." And you know, you might think I'd take offense at that, but actually I found that he was very observant. Because in fact, it's a really ugly shirt. Now, I searched through Salvation Armies and thrift stores for the very ugliest shirts that I can find. And I have a small collection. Now, last night I wore a different ugly shirt, but I was reminded that people were trying to eat, you know, and I got some complaints about that. So tonight I'm wearing my subtle ugly shirt. This is, you might not notice it's ugly until you start looking at the colors. And you go, oh my God. But anyway, there are two reasons when I wear ugly shirts. They're both good reasons. The first is if I myself am kind of feeling so ugly, then I'll wear an ugly shirt to kind of distract people, you know. And hopefully maybe it'll kind of lessen, you know, the effect. So the other time that I would wear an ugly shirt is when I'm feeling so handsome, I got to tone myself down a little bit. So it takes all kinds of ugly shirts. And it's not ugly shirt, it's ugly shirt. It's a brand name, I think. Anyway, this next song is about, it takes all kinds also. It's called All God's Critters. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, their paws, their teeth, their claws, or anything they got now. Bow wow, listen on the bass, it's the one on the bottom where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus moans and groans with the big to-do. The old cow just goes moo. Dogs and the cats, they take up the middle where the honeybees hum and the crickets fiddle. The donkey brays and a pony neighs and the old coyote howls. And all God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws, teeth or claws or anything they got now. Bow wow, listen on the top where the little birds sing on the high melody with the high notes ringing. The hoot owl hollers over everything and the jaybird disagrees. Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day. The little duck quacks and he's on his way. Possum ain't got much to say and the porcupine talks to himself. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or teeth or claws or anything they got now. Bow wow, it's a simple song, a living song everywhere by the ox and the fox, the grizzly bear, the grumpy alligator and the hawk above, the sly raccoon and the turtle dove. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or teeth or claws or anything they got now. Bow wow. Thank you.
You know, I wondered why that baseball was getting bigger, and then it hit me. You like that, Steve? Did you hear about the guy whose left side was cut off? He's all right now. And now, ladies and gentlemen, straight from a 30-day stay in Placer County Jail, Mr. Jerry Boyle.
How's everybody doing out there? Hello, hello. Having a good time? Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. I wish I knew what the heck I'm supposed to say next here. 30 days? I didn't do 30 days. They let me out in 25. They said, they let me out early because they said something about excessive flatulence. What does that word mean? Absolutely. Now, by the way, folks, you people in the front row right here, I have to warn you, the next 5 minutes could get a little nasty. In fact, let me explain. After last night's show, the young lady came over to me and said that she was going to go out and buy a big bag of Nerf balls. And if I said anything tonight that wasn't funny, she was going to throw them at me. Well, you know, I'm not a stupid man. Dumb, but not stupid. And so I got up early this morning, got in my car and drove the whole area and bought up all the Nerf balls in the area. Huh? Huh? Well, I'll tell you what, when I got here tonight, I saw her getting out of her car, and she had a big bag of grapefruit.
We have that group.
So things may get a little hectic in here. How many people out there have cats? How's that working for you? Yeah, I had a cat. I did. I had a cat. I had a one-eyed cat. The thing was born this way, by the way. I didn't do it to it. That one-eyed cat drove me crazy. I could never tell whether the cat was walking toward me or walking away from me. Could you explain that to this table over here? Thank you. By the way, my grandson told me to include that. Thanks, Jason.
So this is him, and then
Absolutely. You know, I'm left-handed. Are there other left-handers out there? Oh, yeah, there's a few. Anybody ambidextrous? Anybody know what ambidextrous is? You know, you're dexterous with both ambies? I would love to be ambidextrous. In fact, I'd give my right arm to be ambidextrous. Maybe not. Yeah, I got a phone call today, by the way, from my nephew. His name's Ben. In fact, you folks may know the Dover family lives up on the hill up here. Yeah, Ben's going to college. He's going to be a proctologist. I'll give you a minute on that one. I just can't wait to see the yellow pages. Ben Dover, proctologist. Huh? Huh? That guy's going to make a ton of money. Yes, indeed. Let's see. I think there's something else I'm supposed to say here. Excuse me just a moment here. Oh, am I so glad I looked. You know, you folks may know this, but I didn't know it. Do you know that it is impossible to lick your elbow? I tried it. I had to hold my breath for obvious reasons, but... You know, I don't expect you folks to lick your elbow here tonight, but the odds are when you get home tonight, you're all going to try to lick your elbow. Hey, don't worry about it. What goes on in ALT stays in ALT. Anybody smell grapefruit? Actually, I'm surprised. You know, nothing's happened so far, so I'll bet she chickened out and went home. In fact, I think I'll do another 5 minutes just to... Or not. Thank you, folks. Have a good night.
all right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing back Cynthia, and Cynthia is going to be playing or singing "House of the Rising Sun."
There is this house in New Orleans called the a suitcase and a trunk. The only time he's ever satisfied is when he's stoned or drunk. Hey, mama, better tell my baby sisters not to do what I have done. Spend your life in sin and misery in the house called the rising sun. And now I got one foot on the platform, the other foot is on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans 'cause I gotta wear this ball and a chain. There is this house in New Orleans called the Rising Sun. It's been a ruin of many poor girls, and God, He knows I'm one. Thank you. Thank you.
I really don't have to introduce this individual because you all know him, you all love him, you've all heard him. Mr. Keith Williams, the Croner.
Well, she's all you ever want. She's the kind you like to flaunt and take to din. She's got style, she's got grace, and she really knows her place. She's a winner. She's a lady. Ooh, 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 she's a lady. I'm talking about my little lady. And the lady is mine. Well, she's never in the way, always something nice to say. Oh, what a blessing. Well, she knows me through and through, and she knows just what to do, and there's no messing. She's a lady. Whoa, oh, oh, she's a lady. I'm talking about the little lady, and the lady is mine. She never asks for very much, and I don't refuse her. Always treat her with respect and never want to lose her. What she's got is hard to find, and I don't want to lose her. Help me build a mountain from a tiny piece of clay. Hey, hey, hey. Well, she knows what I'm about. She can take what I dish out if that ain't easy. Well, she knows me through and through, and she knows just what to do and how to please me. Well, she's a lady. Whoa, 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 she's a lady. I'm talking about the little lady, and the lady is mine. I'm talking about my lady. She's that little lady. I can't live without my lady, and the lady is mine. Whoa, 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 lady, talking about my little lady. I'm talking about my little lady, and the lady is mine. Whoa, 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 yeah. Ooh, my little lady. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Are you all having a good time? The songs that I'm going to be doing for you this evening are songs from a show which I have put together, and we're going to be calling it the Tom Jones Tribute Show. Yay! Thank you, Mom. Most of the songs that you'll hear tonight will actually be in the show. In actual fact, it is a salute to Tom Jones, and the songs will start at 1965 and go right through to 1979, 1980. In actual fact, the gentleman who is running the sound tonight is actually the drummer of the band that we put together, and the band's name is called LTC. Now you're probably wondering, what does LTC mean? Long time coming. And of course, his lovely wife Kathy is here tonight, and she's my bass player. Got to keep it in the family, guys. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this next song is a song that he had a great big, huge monster hit with. It was covered by many, many artists. In fact, Shirley Bassey, just to name but a few. And I believe this song was actually featured on the American Idol show a couple of weeks ago. So all I have to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is I who have nothing. I who have nothing, I who have no one, adore you and love you so. I'm just a no one with nothing to give you but oh, I love you. He buys you diamonds, bright, sparkling diamonds. But believe me, dear, when I say that he can give you the world, but he'll never love you the way I love you. He can take you any place he wants, to fancy clubs and restaurants, but I can only watch you with my nose pressed up against a window pane. I who have nothing, I who have no one, must watch you go dancing by, wrapped in the arms of somebody else, when darling is I who love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Good night.
They won't be around to berate you. And the drum won't sound again. The bottom. Bob, you've never had anything to say. Do you have any last words?
I am finished.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think they deserve a standing ovation. They've been... I'm not going to kiss you.
Oh, are we supposed to be singing?
Take 3 apes. You try to tame them, and what do you get? The Nairobi Trio, of course.
Re, fa, re, sol, do, mi, do, fa, re,
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nairobi Trio, Bill Landivar, Glaffrey Duff, and Bill Brandt. Did you realize in about 40 years, we're going to have a vast number of old ladies with tattoos? After a certain age, if you don't wake up aching, you're dead. Gee, that was a really... I've learned that depression is anger without enthusiasm. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a duet played by our two guitar players, Mr. Bob Clark and Mr. Gordon Starr.
Is everyone having a good time?
You're going to have a good time.
All
Okay.
right, good. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Met her on the mountain. There I took her life. Met her on the mountain. Stabbed her with my knife. Oh, now hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Come tomorrow morning, reckon where I'll be. If it hadn't have been for Grayson, I'd have been in Tennessee. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Come tomorrow morning, reckon where I'll be. Down in some lonesome valley, hanging from a white oak tree. Oh, now hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Poor boy, you're bound to die.
Bob Clark and Gordon Starr. Thank you, guys. Two bus drivers decided to go moose hunting up in Canada. So they hired a pilot there to take them to the lake where they hunted the year before. The pilot returned in 5 days, and the hunters were standing there with 6 moose. They started to load all 6 of these in this small plane, and the pilot said, "No way! I can carry you and 2 of the moose, but I just can't take any more." Well, but says one of the guys, "Well, you know, last year we had a plane just like this, and we got all the moose in the plane." And the pilot said, "Well, okay." However, so they started the engine. The pilot ran the full length of the lake and barely got to the heavy laden aircraft in the air when it crashed back down into the woods. "Do you recognize this place?" asked one of the hunters. "Hell yes," replied the other. "This is just as far as we got last year." All right. You have to have a blonde joke. A blonde walks into a bank in New York City and asks to see the manager. She says she's going to Hong Kong on business for 2 weeks and needs $5,000. The manager says, well, they'll give her the money, but they do need some security. So she handed over the keys to her Lamborghini. The bank manager immediately agreed to give her the loan, and they took the car and put it in the basement garage. 2 weeks later, the blonde returns and repays the $5,000 plus interest, which was $15.41. The manager says, "Miss, we're very happy to have you as a client, but we checked your records and you're a multimillionaire. Why in the world would you want to borrow $5,000 to go to Hong Kong?" And she said, "Where else in New York can I park my car for 2 weeks for only $15.41 and expect it to be there when I return?" An elderly couple were on a cruise ship, and one beautiful night, the moon was shining, they went up back to the fantail and were watching the water and the waves. All of a sudden, a big wave comes and washes the old guy overboard. They stopped the ship. They started a search. They searched for hours, and finally the captain came and said, "Well, ma'am, I hate to report to you that we haven't been able to find your husband yet. So, but I'm going to drop you off at the next port. And whenever I have some information, I'll contact you." So he did that. They dropped the lady off at the next port. So the one lady went home, and in a couple weeks she got this fax from the captain of the ship, and it says, "Ma'am, sorry to inform you we found your husband dead at the bottom of the sea. We hauled him up to the deck, and attached to his arm was an oyster. And in it was a pearl worth $50,000. Please advise." The old lady faxed back, "Send me the pearl and rebate the trap." All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, before you are two of the Sharp brothers, and you're the doll part. The doll. They're named the Sharp brothers, but there are a few others thrown in, you know. All right, we saw this group, they were at our open mic night, and they did a special deal for their dad's 50th birthday, I think it was, and they impressed us, so we thought we'd bring them back and share with you. Okay, guys, the Sharp brothers.
This is a poem, some poetry that I wrote this evening. I was inspired by a lonesome moth floating towards a light on a porch. Porch light, bright paradise. Let me start over. Porch light, bright paradise. Shoot. Porch light, shining star. No, shoot. I'm really sorry, actually. I can't do this without rapping it. I could throw it down for you if you really want me to. Porch light, bright paradise. You are my soul's light, prize my eyes see lights. Porch light, my shining star, a compass feels no. Keep back, they say I can't. Don't touch, they say porch light, we will be one.
turns. On a cold and gray Chicago morning, another little baby child was born in the ghetto. And mama cried. There's one thing that she don't need is another little hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. No, I understand. This child needs a helping hand, or he'll grow up to be an angry young man someday. Well, look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Later now I forgot the words, but Elvis, you're the man. Poor little boy with a running nose plays in the streets as the cold wind blows in the ghetto. Then one night in desperation, a young man breaks buys a gun, he steals a car, tries to run but he don't get far, and his mama cries. Crowd gathers round an angry young man face down in the street with a gun in his hand in the ghetto. Old and gray Chicago morning, another little baby child was born in the ghetto. And his mama cried. Okay, so I bought some pajama pants. They had pockets in them. I think that's pretty cool because I used to have to hold on to things when I slept. Now, I think batteries are the most dramatic of objects. Other things, they stop working or they break. Batteries die. Hey, why aren't you listening to your CD? I can't. My batteries, they died in my lap this morning. If I saw an amputee hanging from a lamppost, I'd probably just call out letters. I want to build a 40,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. And when you're done, it says, go outside. This guy, he waved at me. When he got up close, he said, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. I said, I am. I was at a party and I realized the small but very, very important difference about peeing in a pool and peeing into a pool. Location, location. My computer beat me at chess this morning. I beat him at kickboxing. I think they named the orange before they named the carrot. Someone said, hey, what are those? Well, they're orange. Oranges. Well, what about those? Oh, no. Long pointies? We'll go by shapes. Now, sort of, it doesn't mean much. It's kind of a filler. But under the right circumstances, it can mean everything. Like after, I love you. or you're gonna live. Or it's a boy. If I were to glow with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes will play on the hills of summer, would you hear my voice come through the music? Would you hold it near as it were your own? It's a hand-me-down. The hearts are broken. If I knew the way, I would take you home. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Everybody. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da da da. La da 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 da. Da da da. La da da da. Thank you very much for the reggae summer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Short Guys. Women love cats. When women are looking, men kick cats. A woman has the last word in any argument. Anything a man says after that, it's a new argument. 2 elderly men have been friends for many, many years. They played golf together. They shared other activities. But at this time in their life, was relegated to playing cards at a park. They were playing one day. The one fellow looked across the table at the other and said, "You know, please don't get mad at me. We've been friends for many, many years. I just can't remember your name." And the other guy looked thoroughly disgusted and just kept shaking his head for about 3 minutes and then said, "How soon do you want to know?" All right, we're ready for our next act. We're welcoming back to the stage Cynthia Landivar and her friend, singing and dancing, the girl from Ipanema.
Tall and tan, young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking. When she passes, each one she passes goes, ah. When she walks, it's like a samba dance, swings so cool, sways so gently. When she passes, each one she passes goes, ah. Oh, how he watches so sadly. How can he tell her he loves her? Yes, he would give his heart gladly. But each day that she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at he. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking. As she passes, he smiles, but she doesn't see. he loves her. Oh yes, he would give his heart gladly. But each day that she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at he. Tall and tan, young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking. As she passes, smiles, he doesn't see. She doesn't see. No, she doesn't see. She doesn't see.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cynthia Landivar and her friend, her husband, Bill Landivar. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Are you retired? Well, this next act will assist you in preparing for that special day. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the retirees.
Well, if I was a retiree, you know what I would be? Well, I was a retiree, a master gardener me. And I'd be happy all day long. And this would be my song. Lock it high and lock it low and pitch to see it grow. I lock it high and I lock it low and I pitch to see it grow. I lock it high and I lock it low and I pitch to see it grow. I lock it high and I lock it low and I pitch to see it grow.
If I were not a retiree, there's something else I'd rather be. If I were not a retiree, a ditch digger I would be. And I'd be happy all day long. And this would be my song.
If I were not a retiree, there's something else I'd rather be. If I were not a retiree, a blackjack dealer I would be. And I'd be happy all day long, and this would be my song. Hit 'em here, hit 'em there, 21 for us.
If I were not a retiree, there's something else I'd rather be. If I were not a retiree, an undertaker I would be. And I'd be happy all day long. And this would be my song. Close their eyes, stretch them out, and shout them box. Close your eyes, stretch your out, shove them in the box. Close your eyes, stretch your out, shove them in the box. Close your eyes, stretch your
If I were not a retiree, there is something else I'd rather be. If I were not a retiree, a salsa dancer, me. And I'll be happy all day long, and this will be my song. Chickaboo,
Close your eyes, stretch them out, and shove them in the box. If I were not a retiree, there's something else I'd rather be. If I were not a retiree, a lighthouse keeper me, and I'd be happy all day long, and this would be my song. Flash them here and flash them there. Flash them here and flash them there and turn them all around. Flash them here and flash them there and turn them all around. Flash them here and flash them there and turn them all around. Flash them here and flash them there and turn them all around.
If I were not a retiree, there's something else I'd rather be. If I were not a retiree, a ballerina I would be. I'd be happy all day long, and this would be my song. Position 1, position 2, Leah, arabesque.
Ladies and gentlemen, the retirees, Sonia Adamson, Jerry Boyle, Linda Doss, Shirley Jones, Tally Johnessy, Fred Hogan, Linda Gelati, and Gail Schulte at the piano. Thank you. You know, when the lunch bill arrives, 4 men will each throw a $20 bill into the middle of the table, even though the bill may only be $32.50. None of them ever want to ask to get some change back. When 4 women have lunch and get their bill, out comes the calculator. All right. Sorry, ladies. According to a recent article in The Bee, a Sacramento area junior high school was recently faced with a very unique problem. A number of 12-year-old girls started using lipstick and would put it on in the girls' restroom. They would then press their lips to the mirror, leaving dozens of little lip prints. Every night, the custodian would wipe off these lip prints from the mirrors, and the next day, the girls would put them right back on. The principal agreed that something drastic had to be done. She randomly called a group of 12-year-old girls and the custodian to the girls' restroom. She explained that all those lip prints each day were really causing a major problem for the staff who had to clean them off each night. To demonstrate how difficult it was for the custodian to clean the mirrors, she asked the custodian to show exactly what he had to do to remove the lip prints. He took out a long-handled squeegee, dipped it into one of the toilet bowls, and cleaned the mirror with it. Since then, the lip prints were never seen again. And now, join me in welcoming back Miss Sierra Eskernice, singing Who Would Imagine a King?
Mommies and daddies always believe that their little angels are special indeed, and you could grow up to be anything, but who would imagine a king? A shepherd or teacher is what you could be, or maybe a fisherman out on the sea, or maybe a carpenter building things. But who would imagine a king? It was so clear when the wise men arrived and the angels were singing your name. For the world would be different 'cause you were alive. That's why heaven stood still to proclaim. One day an angel said quietly that soon he would bring something special to me, and of all of the wonderful gifts he could bring, who would imagine? Who could imagine? Who would imagine a king?
Thank you for being with us.
A group of guys went deer hunting, paired off in twos for the day. That night, one of the guys returned alone, staggering under the weight of an 8-point buck. "Where's Harry?" the others asked. Well, Harry had a seizure back in the woods, and I left him a couple miles up the trail. "You left Harry laying out there in the woods, and you carried a deer back?" "Well, it was a tough call," said the hunter, "but I figured no one would steal Harry." Now, a pirate with a peg leg and a hook for an arm, with a black patch on his eye, walked into a bar, gussied up to the bar, ordered a drink. The bartender delivered the drink and said, "Sir, could I ask you how you got that peg leg?" "Oh, yes, yes." He said, "I was on my ship." And he said, "I was leaning over the side and a wave hit me and I fell overboard in shark-infested waters. And a shark got me leg. So I now have a peg leg." All right. Now, if I can, may I ask you about the hook on your arm? And he said, "Well, I was having a sword fight over a lassie. And of course I lost, and I lost my forearm. And therefore I have a hook." "Well, sir, what about the patch on your eye?" "Well, sir, I was standing on board my ship. I looked up to the sky. A seagull was flying over, and he blasted right into my eye." And the bartender said, "Well, what does that have to do with the black patch?" And he said, "It was the first day for my hook." All right. As you all know, Mother's Day is coming this coming Monday. Our two final acts will celebrate mothers in the past and mothers in the future. To celebrate our mothers of the past is Glaefrey Duff reading a poem written by her sister, who's in this audience, to their mother. Please welcome Glaefrey Duff reading Mama's Hands.
This poem was written by my sister, my twin sister. If you ever see me and I don't recognize you, it's because it isn't me. But she did write this poem at the death of my mother. And I mean, this was just a few minutes after my mother had died. And so I want to share it with you because I think there's something to it that makes us think that we very often do not appreciate the wonderful things people do for us. It may be just those daily things that we don't even think about, but yet they were done with love. So this is a poem written by my sister, Gail Seaman, Mama's Hands. Why are Mama's hands not lovely and fine? I wondered this often while still a young teen. Then I looked at my own. They're the same. I really don't like them, I'd say. As Mama lay breathing her very last breath, I looked at those hands I despised, and then I remembered that those were the hands that changed diapers and brushed away tears. I see at her passing that useless left hand lying dead from a stroke's ugly scar, and remember watching that same tired hand knitting and sewing for me. Those very same hands were lovingly used to spank me and make me obey, and just as lovingly used in play and cuddling too. Again a picture appeared to me, those hands busy with babes, only this time they're my little bundles of joy, and she the mock granny that plays. I see them today as she takes Daddy's hand. She then touches the face that she loves. Words cannot come to Mama right now, but her hands do her talking for her, saying, "Goodbye, my darling. I love you so much. Goodbye for a while, my dear." Oh, Mama, you've gone home to his hands, which are so much better than mine. Like yours, they worked a great work of love. Their beautiful scars shine like stars. My prayer, as I look at those beautiful hands lying still and lifeless in death, is that I learn to have hands as lovely as Mom's that show love that word can't express. So all of you, tell those you love either Happy Mother's Day or just I love you. And, Happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
For those of you who don't know, Whitefield's mother to 10 children. Thank you.
And now, to celebrate the mothers of the future, and the mothers in the audience, and the mothers living in Auburn Lake Trails, is our own in-house crooner, Mr. Keith Williams again, who will close our show. Please join me in welcoming Keith, singing The Boys From Nowhere, and You Can Leave Your Hat On.
Hi, girls! Huh! Let me see your hands clapping. Come on, girls. Baby, take off your coat real slow. Baby, take off your shoes. I'll help you take off your shoes. Oh, baby, take off your dress. Yes, yes, yes. But you can leave your hat on. Well, you can leave your hat on. You can leave your hat on. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You can leave your hat on. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You can leave your hat on. Suspicious minds are a-talking. They're trying to tear us apart. Oh, baby, you know what it's like. Put your arms in the air. Oh, now, baby, you shake 'em. You give me a reason to live. 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 You can leave your hat on. Everybody start to sway now. Here we go. Come on. You can leave your hat on. Suspicious minds are a-talking. They're trying to tear us apart.
They don't believe in this love of mine.
No, they don't. They don't know what love is. 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 I know what love is. You can leave your hat on. Oh, ladies, come on now, sing. You can leave your hat on. Oh, my baby now. You can leave your hat on. Leave it on, yeah. very much. Thank you. This next song was a major hit for Tom Jones. In fact, this was the song that actually put him back in the limelight. Now, how many of you remember his TV show called This Is Tom Jones? Yeah? Okay. Well, for about 10 years, his career really didn't go anywhere. And then a very talented writer came up with a song. And that's all it takes, really, to accelerate one's career. It was a writer from London, England. And it was in a musical called The Matador. The musical basically came out just before the Gulf War started. So that'll kind of give you a time frame when this went on. It lasted for about 8 weeks and folded because nobody was coming to London. No one was flying anywhere because of the war that was going on in the Gulf. However, this particular song, the song is set in a little Spanish town in Andalusia in Spain. It's about a young boy who is absolutely dirt poor. His family grow. He's not satisfied with growing corn because he wants to be famous. And the only way he can get out of that town is to become a famous bullfighter. So this next song is about that young man's struggle, simply entitled The Boy from Nowhere. Thank you, Jim. The night grows cold, my search for gold is leading nowhere. Whichever lonely road I take, it seems to go where. It's a fight to survive just until tomorrow. A man's place on earth I have come to realize is decided by birth. So what's the future? No matter where I roam, I will still belong in Andalusia, where we don't know where our next penny's coming from. Something's wrong. My bounty's afraid I won't remain a boy from nowhere. My destiny will guarantee that I must go where I don't fantasize, unlike a million others. Not one man alive had to beg or steal or fight more than me to survive. So what's the future? No matter where I go, I will still belong in Andalusia, where good, honest men grow weak and the rich grow strong. Something's wrong. Another dawn, a boy is born, a boy my destiny will guarantee, and I must go where it's a fight to survive just until tomorrow. One more mouth to feed, and the way things are round here, it's the last thing they need. A boy from
Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, while our cast is coming back on the stage, I want to particularly thank our sponsors and those companies and individuals who provided the prizes for our drawing. They're listed in your program. Without those folks, it would be very difficult for us to reach our goals. Now I'd like to acknowledge the people behind the scenes who are not listed in the program. Sarah Higginbottom, John and Joan Janelle, Roberta Grout, Larry Ball, Lois Plymeyer, Carl and Flo Ball, Shar Rosennell, Dean and Betty Noren, Paul Jones, Jerry Burns, Billy Ryder, Frank Voorhees, and others. And our wonderful cast of Cabaret 2007 listed in your program. Please join the cast now in singing Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Well, that was a little different. They got the curtain open before I got a place to put my foot. So I'm trying to hold that guitar with no strap. Would everyone please stand? This concludes our show tonight. We hope everyone's had a great time. And in honor of our troops that are serving around the world, those in Afghanistan, Iraq, South Korea, and other points around the world that are fighting, laying down their lives every day that we might have the freedoms that we have and enjoy beautiful moments like this tonight. And also, we do want to remember mothers tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to each of you. But join us. We're going to sing just a cappella, God Bless America. Ready? God bless America. bless you. Have a good night and drive safely.
Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. Drive safely getting home. We thank you. We appreciate your support.